So we're in a little bit of a different setup today.
Can you tell, guys?
It's crafting with Rachel and Kristen. Welcome.
Hi, welcome.
Welcome.
This is our take on a vision board, and this is a bloom board.
Yes.
I think a lot of times with vision boards, it's about the outcome, right? And for me, this bloom board, right, is about where you can grow, right? It's not necessarily so related to the outcome and receiving something, but manifesting the growth process of your life.
You need to just have fun. That's like the requirement. Not that you can't have fun with a vision board, but again, to Kristen's point, I think there's a lot of pressure related to visions and like, what do you want to do? You must map it out. And it's like, this is more like fun and joyful and playful.
Right.
And
I mean, I remember doing a vision board once and being like, oh my God, like, because I believe, right? I believe. I'm like, whatever I put on here is going to come true. Like, I better have, like, what am I putting on here? I better have my shit together.
Yeah. And I mean, you can incorporate goals into a bloom board, but I think, and I like the name bloom board better too.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it just fits where we are in our lives as well, because we
100%.
are blooming in so many different ways. So yeah, we can do
Let's
the
welcome.
welcome and then we'll get right into it. We have some things prepared, but naturally we've left plenty of room for magic.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right. Welcome
to Two Mystic Mamas.
So I was actually thinking about creating a section that is just space to grow still. Unexpected blooming.
Ooh,
Yeah.
like an area that you can continually add to.
Right.
Yeah. No, I love it.
Just going to light our candle. We light this candle every time we record.
Mm-hmm.
And Rachel, do you want to set an intention for us while I cleanse space?
I would love to do that. So call on divine source energy, call on the indigenous people of this earth and of this land where we currently are standing. We call on our spirit guides to be with us, to guide us, and to allow the magic to happen. Our intention with today's episode is to share this exercise of creating a bloom board with the collective and to put magic, love, and opportunities and abundance into and onto these pieces of paper that will bring us into the next season of our existence. And so it is.
And so it is.
All right. I brought a lot of magazines. Just grab whatever you have. These
if
are
you want to manifest
old.
Getting on top of Jenny Tatum.
Yes.
We have the right photo for you guys.
Or who remembers this guy? These are old. So this is from September of 2009. When my Nana was still alive, she loved all things fancy. So she would gift me these subscriptions. So these are Vogue and Vanity Fair, some of the top tier magazines. And it's interesting to look back at some of this stuff too, because so much has changed in our society when it comes to women and fashion in the last 10 to 15 years from when these magazines came out,
Mm-hmm.
which is a really beautiful thing. And I love to see how we've changed and embraced women of all different sizes. Because like, look at this advertisement from The Gap. Always skinny.
This keeps popping up on my socials all the time right now.
And it's like, that's not real life. Like, most women do not look like this. That won't be going on my bloom board. Fuck that shit.
No.
I do like these big words, though. Born to fit. I think there's something really beautiful about moving slow. You know, especially in our society where it's like go, 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 fast, fast, fast. Everything needs to happen. So I'm like, no, let's just move slow. Let's just grow it the way we're going to grow.
I have had this card waiting for the right moment to put it in something for a couple of years. Your only limit is you.
Fun thing for me was a lot of what I have in here is from an old vision board exercise. So like at one point, these were visions for me. And now I want to see if they're going to make it bloom as I put it on here. Wanted to do this because it was a rainbow, but they're toothbrushes. Brush your rainbow. Clean your rainbow. Ooh, clean your rainbow. I like that. Clean
your rainbow. Brush it, and then clean it. No, I would say when you're doing this, part of what we did in the beginning with lighting our candle and cleansing the space with the Palo Santo is that we're setting the energy. And we want this to be a place of growth, a place of community, and allowing ourselves to clear out any energy and like really clear the soil, right? So if we compare this to what we're doing, before you can ever plant the seeds, you've got to clear the soil, right? Otherwise, you're going to get fungus and
root rot
and all the things. All right, so we have some wellness reminders here. Shine like the whole universe is yours. Be gentle with yourself. You're doing the best you can. Positive vibes, positive mind, positive life. Your life is as good as your mindset. Oh, that's so good. You are beautiful. You are magical. You are capable. You are wonderful. Start each day with a grateful heart. Be authentic. Trust your instincts. Follow your heart. Be the energy you want to attract. Choose to shine, babe.
I love that. I mean, I think that just resonates in general. And when you create a bloom board, you know, the next step is to put the bloom board where you can see it, where it's always reoccurring. So you're reminding yourself, because so often we forget, you know, we set intentions or we have a reading or we do prayers, but we don't remember, you know, and you need to have that visualization of, what am I blooming? What am I doing? We're humans. Life gets busy, it gets crazy, it gets chaotic. And so I love the energy portion of it because, and that's been coming up a lot with your home. It's really important that the energy you create in your home is inviting, is safety, is love, because that's where you spend most of your time. And people will feel that. Like, I do pride myself on creating a space that people love to come
Same.
to.
That's like my favorite compliment when people
yeah.
walk in and they're like, oh God, I feel so good in your house.
Yeah. Yeah. So like really be intentional with your environment.
Kara, you want to get in here and make a bloom board with us?
I know. Let's go, girl.
I realized that I did not have any magazines whatsoever in my house.
I think magazines is kind of a lost art as far as like subscriptions. Like, I don't know if people...
They can't afford to publish them anymore, which is the problem. Like, it's really hard to keep a magazine going at this point.
Like a physical one, not digital. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really hard.
Yep.
And this is about planting seeds, guys. This is not about the outcome, right? So if you're doing this along with us and you're watching, there's no way to do this wrong.
Literally. I like the idea too of you keeping space to add, because
that's my little space down here that I created. Unexpected blooming.
You know, the first time I made, it wasn't a bloom board, it was a vision board. It was right around that time that I was talking about where it was like very transformational for me, and my grandfather had passed, and I had kind of stumbled upon the movie The Secret.
Oh, yeah.
So it was all about like manifesting, and
I've read it, but I haven't actually ever seen the movie.
The movie's kind of written like a little bit like a documentary. But I still have that poster board because, I mean, so much of what was on there came to fruition.
Oh, I also found this one in the one magazine that I found. It is Get Found on the Internet.
Yeah.
Oh.
Love that. That's like fantastic.
That's so good.
Put that out there.
I also am doing this tower of books, and I found some other books here because, as you know, your girl is writing a book, and it's going to be a bestseller.
Bestseller and sequel driven.
I was talking actually last night about maybe getting into writing romantasy as well.
That would be good.
So we'll see where this first one takes me, but I very much see a future for myself as a writer.
I 100% agree.
Mm-hmm.
And then I can be the friend that when you get writer's block can take you out for inspiration and debauchery.
Right. That's what I'm really looking forward to this summer too. Oops.
Debauchery?
Debauchery.
A little bit of
debauchery.
A little bit of debauchery never hurt anybody.
Debauchery and inspiration. I definitely do feel like the writing I've been doing recently, I am blooming into that space in a way that I haven't really allowed myself to in the past.
Mm-hmm.
So that feels really good.
Expand. Tell me more.
Well, I've always had a lot of really great starters for books, right?
Yes.
So I have a lot of notes, whether they are audio notes, notes on my phone, notes and notes books. Yep. With ideas. Or like we were in Vermont 2020, I think it was. And we had stopped. It was just Charlie and I on this trip. And we had gone all the way up the coast of Maine, all the way to Acadia. It was absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
And this is the trip that actually inspired us to purchase our camper because we borrowed a camper from a friend and our honeymoon had gotten canceled due to COVID.
Yes.
And we were trying to find something to do. And Evie was going with her grandparents for like a long beach trip. So we borrowed a camper from a friend of ours.
Yeah.
And off we went. And so on the way back through, we stopped in Vermont and we got this campsite along this river. And I had the worst vibes. You know, I'm sensitive to this, but also I can usually kind of push through things. But
Sure.
I was getting visions coming at me so hard about something really tragic that had happened there. And so I was struggling. We were only there for one night anyway, because we were just kind of like passing through. And like, I couldn't even like go to the bathroom by myself. I was like, there's like something is so, yeah, it was so off. And
for you, that is.
Yeah. It was.
I didn't even know that was a possibility.
Yes. So then when I left, Charlie and I were in the car and I was just writing notes and notes and notes and notes and notes about like a story that was literally coming out of me and producing itself.
Oh my gosh.
From that whole energy. And I have not been able to go back to it.
Have you
and do anything with it.
Looked into if anything happened?
I haven't, but it would be interesting if the story that came out was more prophetic than it was anything else.
Yeah.
Kind of crazy, huh?
Is it crazy? I don't think so. I think you were supposed to be there telling this story.
I feel like in time, all these stories are meant to get out.
Yeah.
And come to fruition in some way. I think a lot of this blooming for me is blooming into everything in terms of
like how everything
passions, careers
blends together.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. It's like a big field of wildflowers. It's all blooming together.
Yeah. And it's chaos and beauty, and it doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be. And I did a card pull this morning for myself for the week, and the 3 cards that came up were really interesting. A lot of them stemmed around like communication and being like very clear with intentions and words. And so I was like, okay.
I was reading something. I'm a big fan of Danielle Laporte, and she had a little podcast that she put out last week, and I was reading her blog that was attached to it, whatever. And she was talking about flipping affirmations. Also, I want to dig into this, but she's also talking about how cutting cords is actually not doing what you think it's doing, and like revamping how you look at that. Kind of the same thing with affirmations, with like, we're always like, oh, I want to have money, or I want to have this, or I want to have whatever. And like, yes, you can manifest that way. But more is like asking the question like it's already here.
Yep.
Not saying I am rich, but how did I get so financially independent? Because what it does is it's rewiring your brain to naturally be like, oh, because I worked hard and I did this and I did that. Your brain's automatically coming up with solutions for how you got there.
At lunch, you guys are doing something, and it plays into this.
Okay.
This is so good. So over the weekend, Naisha sent a YouTube video, and it's about visualization and the power of. And let me tell you, it was instantaneous. So we're going to do it over lunch. I have the video, and you guys are going to do the exercise.
Oh, joy.
Yeah. It's a visualization exercise. You know, I think the whole video's 13 minutes, nothing crazy, but powerful. Powerful.
Honestly, I'm just having a lot of fun doing the crafts.
Yeah, crafts are great.
Oh, I love them.
I think you can connect so much more with people. Like rather than I was also reading an article about this not long ago. It was like rather than saying, "Hey, let's plan a time to catch up." If you're like, "Hey, want to get together and do this craft?" You are intentionally creating space to catch up and allow things to flow through you.
Yes.
Naturally, because then it takes the pressure off too. It's like, "Oh, we're just going to get together and do this craft." And I don't have to like think about everything that's happened. But if I want to share, I can share. Like,
yep.
Especially like if you're in this phase of life where you're busy and you don't necessarily get to see your community very often because you guys are running here, there, and everywhere, which is normal, by the way. Nothing is wrong with you. You're not broken. It's something that's spontaneous too, right? It's things this weekend. And I truly feel like if we had scheduled them in advance, they wouldn't have happened.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I say that is for us, we run such a full schedule
all the time
that there's not a lot of wiggle room necessarily. And being spontaneous about things allows it to happen just way more naturally and to be able to say yes or also say no because you just don't have the energy. Like that's also acceptable.
It was like a meme or something, but it was, or maybe it was an article. I don't really know, but it was something along the lines of like, how do you expect mothers to do it all? Like literally, like drop the kids off at this time, pick them up at this time, attend all these meetings, have a commute. Like, no.
And then on the other side of it,
do dinner, grocery shop,
demonize them when they're not doing, you know, enough and staying home with the kids.
Right. Right. It's a very interesting place to be because the message has been very clear since I had my spiritual awakening of being present, especially, you know, with Isla. And I've been trying really hard to like listen to the kids more because like Isla, she wanted to pull out of K+ to spend more time with me. Now, whether or not if that's true or not, but I believe it's true because she's a child and she has no preconceived notion of any of that. So like, I was like, no, yeah, I will pull you out. It's for a month and a half. And then I want to just be present with my kids because Emmeline tells me all the time, you only have 5 more years.
Well,
I only have 5 more years and then I'm gone. And I'm like, okay, I don't think so. I mean, you say that, but
I was recently having this conversation with one of the band parents and they have an older one. And they were talking about by the time you get to junior year, the kids are so busy trying to get in all the activities that they have to have and all the things in order to apply for college, right? All the testing, all the volunteer hours, all the everything. I guess the bulk of that really happens in junior year. And, you know, senior year, they're like, you know, charting a course for themselves with their friends and they're driving and all, you know, whatever. And so she was talking about how really it was like the 9th grade and 10th grade year is when you still have them to, you know, hold them and nurture them more. And junior, they just like kind of fly away a little bit more on their own, right? Like it makes sense, but
it does. It's just, it's so much pressure. I hate the pressure that our society has created for these guys. Because then you have a bunch of kids like that are graduating now and they can't even find employment. And it's like you go to school, you bust your ass for years.
Right.
I don't know. Is it setting them up? I don't know. I think about that and I just am very on the page of blend the heart and the head, but listen to what's coming up. Look for opportunities that don't necessarily subscribe to what everyone tells you to do, right?
100%.
Like it's like, go to college. You have to go to college. If you don't go to college, you're not successful. And I'm just not of that mindset.
Right.
And, you know,
I think it has 100% to do with your mindset than it does anything else.
Yeah, like I just feel like there's opportunities to be successful in society and to make an impact and follow your dreams without just giving everything away. Because I feel like I did that. Like I subscribed to that and I did all the steps. Not that I'm worse for it, but I think I lost myself in a lot of ways because I wasn't truly listening to like what brought me joy and made me happy. And I just want to nurture that in my kids and make sure that they feel supported to do whatever it is they want to do.
Well, and also, I don't necessarily have the same view set as Evie in terms of, you know, what she in her mind right now wants to do for her future. And that's fine because I don't view success the same way that you watching view success, nor are my dreams the same, nor are the life I want to live the same. Really, to me, you should be building your career around the life you want to live and not the other way around, where you are living a life that you have to live because of the career you've chosen.
Right. I think Evie, though, is so driven and she's fueled by an emotional response that also is her own identity.
Right.
So I don't know. I mean, kids of Evie's age and younger have known what they've wanted to do.
Oh, yeah.
You know, not everybody, but clearly they exist. And I think when you have that backing behind you, it is the motivator. It's the passion.
Right.
So I think that's great.
Yeah. Well, and I love that she still spends, like, even though she has these, like, Ivy League driven goals, she's still creating art and music. And
correct.
That's a part of her everyday life.
Yep.
And her athletics. So it's important to me to continue to foster all of that alongside of her.
Yes.
And whatever's going to stick is going to stick at the right time because she still has so many years to live before she ever gets to a point of being a quote unquote adult. Like, I think opening up our kids to as many experiences as we can and ourselves is what is important.
Yes.
I mean, I remember when she came to me and she didn't want to play violin anymore. And I was like, okay, cool. You don't have to play violin just because I play violin. Like, what do you want to do? You know?
Yep.
I was excited for her to chart her own course. She is wildly into drumming right now, though. So it'll be interesting to see where that goes.
I love that, though.
Yeah. Charlie came back from Worlds with a
new
drum pad for her.
Yeah.
And she's very excited. She will not let him play it.
Okay.
I think that's the whole point of this exercise, though, is like allowing ourselves to bloom in ways that maybe we're not allowed at some point where we thought we couldn't do it. We didn't give ourselves permission.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And this is a chance to rewrite that.
Anytime you do a craft too, I feel like it brings out the child. I think it brings out the deeper or suppressed craft that we all have within us. But, you know, naturally we don't tend to have as much fun as adults because adulting is so much fun. Said no one ever. Adulting is hard.
I mean, here's why adulting is hard is because we are people that are trying to fit within a construct of society and raise our kids in that while still maintaining that we don't subscribe to it. And that's why it's hard. I truly think that if we made different choices and were like more off grid, so to speak, it wouldn't be that hard. It's the fact that we're trying to continually live and exist and work and raise our kids in this construct while we don't necessarily subscribe to it. And that's what makes it really difficult because you feel like you're always pushing. You're always pushing or being pushed.
Yeah,
right.
Very true.
Like, is that an olive?
No.
I'm not putting a fucking olive on my bloom board.
Satan's butthole.
You can fuck right off.
Satan's butthole.
I went to a friend of Evie's. She went over there a couple of months ago to hang. And it was like one of those moments where she had like a really hard thing happen in school. She's like, can I go to my friend's house? And I was like, yeah, of course. She just wanted to like vent. And her mom and I are also friends. And so we sat there and her husband is high-end cocktail kind of guy, right? So he's like,
yeah,
can I make you a martini? And I was like, sure, that sounds great. And he's got like really nice vodka and he makes me this beautiful martini and he's like gin or vodka. And of course I'm a vodka girl, so I probably lose brownie points there, but whatever. And he did put an olive in it. I left the olive, but I did drink it.
Yes.
It was delicious.
Okay.
But the olive wasn't very olivey. I wasn't going to insult his lovely, very wonderful vodka martini because it was great and be like, well, you ruined it with Satan's asshole, but whatever.
You should have. That would have been hilarious. He would have been like,
Satan's
what?
asshole strikes again. And then I felt bad that I didn't eat the olive. But then I was like, I have standards.
So no, I
and
think
she listens to this podcast and watches it, so she's gonna enjoy this story and be like, "Oh my god, that's my husband."
No, that's good. Have you heard of Cutwaters?
Oh yeah,
okay,
yeah. I've had Cutwaters before they were here in Jersey.
Okay,
out in the sun at Jenny's pool and got my ass demolished one day.
Yes. Okay, so I got lemon drop martini Cutwaters on Saturday. I had a headache. Hangover? Headache?
She had a
headache all day yesterday. I was like, well, not getting those again. I'm like a creature of habit.
Which one
like
did you
I
have?
like the lemon drop martini. I don't drink those sugary drinks, and now I'm like, this is why. Give me a fucking headache for most of the day.
Yeah, it's the headache is for real.
Yeah, I was none too pleased.
Oh, this didn't age well. The Biggest Loser.
No. No, it didn't.
So if I put this on, am I going to drive my Prius onto the beach?
What does a Prius sound like?
There's a lot of families that drive Priuses. Priuses?
Yeah, what's
Prii? I don't know what the plural of Priuses is, but there it is. A lot of the band parents at Hampton, and they love them. Like,
oh yeah, no.
love,
if you're
love them.
yeah, if you're into Prius, then
We've been talking about what our next plan is with our cars because I just turned over 100,000 miles yesterday though on my Jeep. Our next car purchases have to have EV in mind, and she very much wants Charlie's truck. At least now she wants Charlie's truck. We were talking about going back to a bigger SUV and then doing like a Prius or some sort of electric car to have like a car for just like running back and forth. But we very much need a larger car for all the activities. And if she's driving the truck, something that would then tow the camper. And I really don't want to have 2 car payments again. So 1 car payment is just fine. Thank you.
yes. I know I've already told Emmeline she's getting the van, but Jeff said absolutely not. She can't have a car that's going to have a ton of kids in it. And I was like, oh yeah.
Well, they're not allowed.
Not true.
Part of the junior license.
What is it, 2?
Is it 1? I think 1 kid under 18. Do you remember? You're the closest.
I was never coached on that, so
Okay.
I'm not too sure. I just knew I had to be back home by 11.
When did you start getting like a curfew and being able to go out and do stuff on your own?
Well, me and my brother were kind of good kids, so even after we turned 18, we would just stay at home anyways.
Right.
So I think my dad actually had to push us outside. He was like, you don't have to ask to go do something. You can just get in your car and drive. And I'm like, oh, I still don't do that. So I guess we've never really had a curfew before.
Right.
We've just never stayed out that late.
Well, I think you guys are good kids, naturally. But there's also like, if there's not a need, then it's not like you're going to go out looking for it,
Oh, yeah. And these last 2 things, I feel like you would like some of this. I found a little poem that my great-grandmother wrote me whenever I was first born, based off of all the letters of my name.
Yes.
Stop it.
Yes.
Read it right now.
Okay. Kira. K is for kindness, a heart of gold. E is for excellent, of fortune untold. I is for intelligence, you outshine the sun. R is for rollicking laughter and fun. A is for affectionate, to heart of gold. So Kira is lovable, untold. Great grandma.
That's so awesome.
Oh, this was your great grandma?
Yeah, that's my great grandma.
So she's no longer here.
I mean, she's here now. She's listening.
Oh, yeah. She just flickered the lights. Hey, lady.
But I did have this flower that I pressed.
Oh,
Wow.
That it's a little bit more symbolic because, like I said, I was having a hard time finding magazines.
Yeah.
So I was like going around my house. It's like, what on earth can I find? And I have 2 of them, so I don't mind putting 1 on here. But this is actually a little keepsake of whenever I usually go on my mission trips.
Oh, yeah.
So our team leader, her nickname is Smurf. We're all called Smurfs on a mission.
Yes, you were telling us about her.
But yeah, she was the one who founded that so long ago, and I've been going on them ever since I could, and I've been asking my grandpa, begging him to go on them since I could probably remember. Yeah, Smurf gave me some of these, and I pressed them, and I kept them, so I wanted to put it on this board to just kind of, it's a bloom board, and I feel it's fitting for a flower to be on here. It also reminds me those in my life, and of what I want to do more in life.
Well, I think this is one of those exercises, too, that we'd love to see your bloom boards and share them on our socials and have your story be told. I think that anytime you create something with intention and you share the story, naturally the energy gets amplified and are smarter than the marker. What is Kristen doing? We don't know. But I do think that, Will?
What happened?
I use the other end.
She didn't know her own strength. Please share your bloom boards with us and your story. And, there's no timeline necessarily on when these will start to happen, though I'll share the visualization exercise too that I'm going to have Kira and Kristen do as well. And you guys can do it and you can tell us what you think of it, because it will bend your mind a little bit. At least it did for me. I was like, whoa, what is happening? Let's touch on my bloom board a little bit here. So I basically have a section on here centered around the podcast and just having the podcast kind of pop off, and some more creative ideas around doing things in and around our city, but also traveling in and around the country and the world where we can eat and drink and be part of the culture and record and do that, and how that fits in with just my career in general. And then I put down Pharrell. I think Pharrell for me embodies the epitome of what an artist is. And though he is like more musically talented naturally, and I am not, I just think his demeanor and the way he approaches life is like really chill and cool. And he's like dedicated to his craft, which is something that I want to continue to stand in. I put him down, and I just love his vibe. And then there's a bunch of words. I grew slowly, the difference you can feel, grow in. I put supper club, financial security, one's own. So just continuing to grow in myself and as an individual, having this experience. And then I put a big, whatchamacallit, turtle. He's not a tortoise. He's just a good old, what do they call those turtles?
Oh, a box turtle?
Box turtle, yeah.
Painted.
Yeah. I get this download a lot, and I think it's a gentle reminder to just take things as they come and not force, and just really that's the opportunity to surrender and just be present and know that my life is unfolding for me in the best way possible, and to just trust that process. And I just wrote slow and steady. And then I had a sticker that says, what you think you become, what you feel you attract, and what you imagine you create. So, and then I also put a diamond key, because I am the key that can unlock all of my desires, and just trusting that. So
I also have a series of words here. One of the big things that I did, we talked about this, is leaving space for unexpected blooms, so that I can either put images or words, whatever kind of is happening and where I feel like I'm blooming, I have a space to create, because one place I'm growing right now is trying to create more space for the unexpected. And I am making some shifts in my schedule and just in kind of what I'm doing this summer to create that. And of course I had to draw a little flower, because why not? The other part is, we've talked about, I'm growing as a podcast host and as an author at the same time. And a lot of that is about how I'm living and creating community. And it's funny because I cut this word out, community, weeks ago when I was prepping for this episode originally. And then I just turned it over when I went to glue it on. And the words that I inadvertently also cut out were start time. And just a reminder that like, this is the beginning of something. This is where I am growing in a whole new way. And so I'll show you this lovely little work in progress here. Make a mess too. Shake things up. There we go. It's my first day, guys.
I'm growing as a podcast host.
I'm growing. So I'm very excited. I'm going to keep working on this because it feels so good to just like think about what each of these things means to me and why I'm putting it down. I'm keeping space because I really feel very strongly about going on a big trip. So I need to find the right things to put in there to.
Well, and I think that's a good exercise too, is like you can start this
right
and allow that to happen, right?
Right. And I mean, you can create a sense of identity here too, right? Like there's space for us to write, like, where does a version of myself or part of myself already live on this board?
Right.
Right. This isn't necessarily just who I'm not or who I want to become or who I'm growing into, but like, who am I already?
Yep.
Right. And I have this one little card here as a reminder, breathe, everything is working out for your good. And a friend of mine just like randomly surprised me and bought me this beautiful pink comfort hoodie. You know, comfort is like all the things. It's like kind of like this color. And this little card was in the bag with it. I was like, oh.
Yeah. No, I love that.
Yeah. Kira, do you want to share yours?
Yeah. So I kind of split mine into 3 parts. Over here is kind of what words I have blooming. So I got stuff like, get found on the internet, you learn, you love, you trust. And then also, I find this one pretty funny. I found an old doctor's note that I had, and it said allergies, no allergies. So I have to keep going for that. So, and then I have up in the clouds are kind of like dreams and aspirations that I kind of want to continue. So that is like music, it's my crafts. I want to get into an orchestra and continue on with instruments and microphones. And then down here on the ground is just kind of like where I kind of want to be. It's like where I'm grounded. And that is like with my family, with the work that I'm doing, and with the outdoors.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then I also just had a lot of fun drawing everything.
Yeah.
Because
That's so good.
You're such a great artist.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's like beautiful.
Really great.
Thank you.
All right. Share with us. Let us know how your bloom boards turned out. And yeah, I think this will be an annual episode.
Yeah. And I would say speak this into life and think about when you get done, what is one tiny way tomorrow that you can water this? And just start from there. Thank you guys.
Bye. Love you guys.